welcome. You're watching The Money Show. I'm Kavita Thapliyal, and today we bring you a deep dive in the growing menace of cybercrime in India. That's right, from judicial scrutiny of AI's role to tragic personal stories that highlight the human cost of online fraud. We will be considering three cases. So let's just talk about topic one, which is Supreme Court questions RBI on AI use in fighting cybercrime. Now, the Supreme Court of India has recently asked the Reserve Bank of India a pointed question. Why isn't AI being used at a scale to detect and freeze bank accounts linked to massive cyber frauds? Now, the issue came up in the context of so-called digital arrest scams, a sophisticated form of cybercrime where perpetrators impersonate officials and coerce victims to transfer significant sums of money using psychological pressure and fake authority. Now, the Supreme Court has also ordered a nationwide CBI investigation into these scams, urging collaborations between the CBI, banks, IT intermediaries and telecom providers. Now, part of the court's push is to strengthen measures such as AI-driven monitoring to track suspicious transactions and limit multiple SIM cards per individual to reduce anonymity that fraudsters exploit. Now, this move reflects rising concern at the highest judicial level over how tech-enabled crimes are outpacing the current defenses. The second topic, former Punjab Police IG's suicide attempt after cyber scam loss. That's right. Now, in a shocking and tragic incident from Patiala, a retired senior police officer, former Punjab Inspector General Amar Singh Chahal shot himself after allegedly losing close to or almost 8 crores in an online investment scam. Now, according to police and media reports, Chahal was defrauded by fraudsters posing as wealth management advisors through WhatsApp and Telegram. Now, they used false claims of regulatory approvals and high returns to build trust, eventually coercing him into paying large sums and fees that never delivered any legitimate returns. This grim episode, detailed in a handwritten note found at the scene, underscores how even experienced individuals can fall victim to sophisticated online frauds. Authorities are investigating the matter under cybercrime and forgery laws. Third topic, again, ex-CBI officer's wife duped in online investment scam. Another high-profile cybercrime case has emerged from Hyderabad. Now, the wife of former CBI Joint Director lost rupees 2.58 crores in a stock market investment scam. Now, police say she was contacted through WhatsApp with promises of lucrative returns via an online trading app. Believing the pitch, she transferred funds over a period of days, only to later realize it was a fraud. Investigators over years stressed that promise of guaranteed or extremely high returns are classic red flags for scams and emphasize the importance of verifying credentials and reporting incidents early to increase chances of freezing stolen funds. Now, let's discuss this. I have with me Anuj Agarwal, Supreme Court lawyer and a specialist in AI and cybercrime and cybersecurity. Hi, sir. Evening and welcome to the show. The Supreme Court, let's take the first topic where the Supreme Court has asked why the RBI isn't using AI to detect and block fraud-linked accounts. Now, in practical terms, we just want to understand, we are seeing scams related to AI as well. And when we talk about identifying cyber threats, when we talk about identifying cyber crimes through AI, how can AI help banks and law enforcement catch these scams earlier? How can it be useful? A tool which can definitely is making our life easier, but is also a threat.
No, I think it's a very good and pertinent question today, that how AI can help, because as you have already mentioned that the cyber frauds, digital arrest and investment frauds are growing by gigantic proportions, and it is all through the banking channel that the money is moving. So the Supreme Court has very rightly asked, very pointedly asked the Council of the RBI to come out with a plan that how they are going to use the AI. Now, AI is something which can match the patterns. AI is something which can check before something goes wrong. Before the human eye can really understand what's going to happen, the AI, as being a very fast tool and has a huge repository of data. So whomsoever has earlier committed any kind of a fraud, that ID being used, or somebody who is with a low income group is now dealing with crores and crores of rupees, because we have these mule accounts which are being used of laborers and people who are at the lower income group, and they are being made pawn in this entire episode. So AI can definitely help check all this, and there are RBI regulations already where the certain amount, if it is transferred within a span of time, the banks are supposed to report these transactions to the higher authorities. AI can definitely help reporting as well as in prevention if such transactions happening very frequently, quickly. The account which is dormant, say for a year or 6 months, is suddenly seeing a transfer of crores and crores of rupees. AI can help and alert the authorities, the bank officers, as well as the central banking authorities, RBI, that something is amiss, which they need to investigate or maybe stop the transactions temporarily, ask the investors or the account holders what's going on. So AI is going to be very helpful.
All right. The main question and concern over here is why isn't RBI using AI to detect these kind of scams, and which you very well explained that can be very helpful. But do you think that's the only lag which the Supreme Court has also identified, or there's more to it?
The Honorable Supreme Court has taken a suo moto cognizance of this entire episode. This is that shows that how deep the malice is. They have asked all the ministries, the telecom ministry, the home ministry, and everybody else in the ecosystem, the IT ministry, every state they have asked that why it is happening and how they are going to prevent it. So first of all, they've asked for all the data, that how many such transactions have happened, how many digital arrest cases have happened, and they have also identified the primary kind of cyber crimes happening, and they have identified digital arrest, investment scam, and the job scams as three primary cyber scams happening. Now they have instructed for the authorities to come out with a plan, and they have specifically asked RBI also to join in this entire proceedings with a plan that how they are going to tackle. And they have emphasized that in the age of technology, and these are more or less technologically linked crimes, why the AI is not being used and what is the plan of the RBI to use the AI. So I think it is at the highest level now being discussed. I must tell you also that today also this will be discussed in the Honorable Supreme Court of India, and let us see how the authorities respond and what kind of plan they are going to bring today.
Sure. Let's talk about digital arrest scams. Digital arrest scams combine impersonation, authority pressure, real-time manipulation also. What are the most common tactics used, and why are they so effective against victims? We are seeing a lot of digital arrest cases really going up in recent days and recent months, and cases across all age groups, especially among the senior citizens.
See, the digital arrest scams are flourishing because of two, three psychological footprints which people have already in their mind. Number one, the fear of police coming and arresting somebody and then taking to police station and then to jail, and people rotting in the jails for a longer time without being charged and all that. So these kind of stories are already there. And then there is something called a very heightened sense of social prestige, that nobody should be seen with the police, nobody should be seen talking or being going to the police station, etc. So, basis on this kind of mental makeup, these scamsters are calling people and telling that they are good cops. And since the name of the victim has already there in some big scam, some Indigo scam or some scam, it is there, and they will connect people with Naresh Goyal or things like that, and they will say that look, because of your social prestige, we are not coming to your home, we are parked nearby, but we are still allowing you to speak to us on digital modes. You just help us in the investigation, answer our question, and probably if we find you not a good person, we will let you go without your social prestige being harmed. And that is how they get people trapped. And then later on, taking the information from the people itself about their Aadhaar, PAN, bank accounts, they will tell, yes, this is what we were looking for. Now, if you want to get yourself finally cleared, transfer all your money to the account which we are sending you. We will finally verify and maybe probably let you go. Now, that is the time when people really get trapped, thinking that after such a grueling session of investigation, since they are innocent in their mind, they will let go and they transfer their money. And of course, that is where these scammers are successful. They get the money and they transfer that money to different accounts and maybe withdraw it or send it abroad, and people are looted.
Right. We are also talking about a nationwide CBI probe against digital arrest scam. How do you think this is going to be effective, and how all the stakeholders can come together on one page and, actually see this kind of probe yielding results?
See, the cyber crimes are typically interstate crimes. So the scammers will be sitting in one state, and they will always be targeting the victims in the different states. Now, law and order is a state subject, so the police has certain limitations. They can move more freely within their own state. Plus, they have resource crunch also. So, looking at all these constraints, CBI or any central agency is more effective in tackling and tracking, and then of course preventing these kind of scams. CBI already has offices in almost all the states. They had been investigating crimes across the country and abroad also. They are also nodal agency for the Interpol, that is the International Police Organization. And many of these scamsters are linked to international locations, Thailand, Myanmar, and various other places. Some people are supposedly in the Middle East and all that. So CBI is one of the best agencies to look into, investigate, and capture these criminals and bring it to law. And it will become easier for everybody to interact with CBI, because if somebody is in a particular state, say in southern state, and they have been victimized by people in different kind of states, so CBI can coordinate it better.